Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
TV Times Today. The untold story of Pamela Des Barres, rock groupie extraordinaire. In the wild world of 1960s rock and roll, there's one woman who's often been overlooked. But not today, folks. Meet Pamela Des Barres, the original rock groupie, and we're about to take a journey through her incredible life story. From hanging out with Keith Richards to getting caught up in the excess of the Sunset Strip, Pamela's tale is one of adventure, friendship, and female empowerment. Born into a wealthy family, she turned down her parents' inheritance to pursue a career in music, instead opting for a life on the road with some of the most iconic bands of the era. But what really sets Pamela apart from your average groupie? For starters, she was one of the first women to take on this role. She'd show up at shows uninvited, just to meet the band members, and she wasn't just talking about grabbing a backstage tour. She was often part of the inner circle, sharing drinks with them, joining in on jam sessions, and even helping with music production. Of course, that world was also one of danger and excess. Drugs, violence, and even a bit of madness. It's no wonder Pamela's own story has been somewhat sanitized over the years. But trust us, she wasn't just living the dream, she was right in the thick of it all. From her days as a mascot for the Doors to becoming a muse for Keith Richards himself, Pamela's got some pretty wild tales to tell. Like the time she ended up on stage with Jim Morrison, or when she discovered that Eric Clapton had a penchant for showing up at her doorstep unannounced. So what made Pamela so drawn to this world? For her, it was all about the music and the sense of community that came with it. She saw herself as part of something bigger than just a bunch of young musicians on stage. She wanted to be part of the creative process itself. But despite the glamour and excitement, Pamela's story isn't without its challenges. From dealing with sexism on set to facing some pretty dark moments in her personal life, she's been open about it all, and honestly, it's a tough watch at times. Yet even as she navigates these tougher topics, Pamela's spirit remains unbroken. She's still got that spark in her eye, that infectious enthusiasm for rock and roll that made her such an icon of the 60s scene. So here we are today, celebrating Pamela Des Barres, a true original, a rebel with a cause, and one of the most fascinating women you'll ever meet on the Sunset Strip. We're honored to share her story, and we hope it inspires you to grab your guitar, hit the road, and join the party. TV Times Today, that's us.